I don't know if there's another program outside of the state of Florida recruiting the Sunshine State as well as Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs are right now. They have 13 commitments in the 2023 class. 4 of them are from the state of Florida, and all 4 of them are some of the best prospects in Florida in the 23 class. Now, they have to recruit Florida every year. They have plenty of staff members, assistant coaches who know the area very, very well. And I think Florida is probably top to bottom better, more talented, deeper than the state of Texas. I think those 2 states go 1 and 2 as far as producing talent each and every year at the high school level. And I think Florida is a little deeper this year. And it's no surprise that Kirby and the staff are going and hitting Florida very, very hard. This video is breaking down which top prospects in Florida are committed to Georgia and who else the Georgia Bulldogs are looking for in the Sunshine State to complete this 2023 class. And the first guy that they landed a long time ago, Pierce Spurlin, one of the best pass-catching tight ends across America, number 2 tight end in the state of Florida, committed to the Bulldogs, and he could not be happier. Dude loves Georgia. Had 1,400 yards receiving last year, 20 touchdowns at tight end. He's basically an athletic wide receiver with 6'6", 215, 20-pound frame. He can do a little bit of everything at tight end, an excellent pass-catching weapon, and he's just going to come in and be another Brock Bowers, Oscar Delp, Eric Gilbert type of guy when he gets here. So they have the number 2 tight end in Florida committed. Raylan Wilson, number 3 linebacker in the entire state, just committed a few days ago, choosing Georgia over Michigan, a guy who had over 130 tackles last year, like 5 sacks, I think, knows how to cover, instinctive, will hit you, knows how to strike, and also knows how to cover. There's a reason he's a top 100 player in the country, and he's the number 3 linebacker in all of Florida. He's committed to the Bulldogs as well. Raymond Cottrell, an early wide receiver that Brian McClendon got on board. He's the number 5 wide receiver in the state, and it is loaded with impressive wide receivers. He's one of the very best in the state, and the Georgia Bulldogs got him on board as well. Another guy who's got plenty of size. He can create separation, great hands, looks the part physically, has a ton of muscle on him, so he's physical, but he also knows how to get behind defenses, stretch the field, and again, he knows how to run routes and create separation. When you can do it in the Florida Heat over and over again against really tough competition, you can do it at the next level, and this is a guy that I think is going to help sooner than later once he gets to Athens. So again, number 2 tight end, Georgia got him. Number 3 linebacker in Florida, Georgia got him. Number 5 wide receiver, Raymond Cottrell, Georgia's got him. And the number 3 cornerback in the state of Florida, Daniel Harris, of course, from the Miami area. They were able to get him on board just a few weeks ago. Now, another guy with length who can run at 6'1", 175, 180 pounds, and can stay with, incredibly fast, fast receivers at the next level. So those are the 4 guys they have on board right now, and they're after some of the best as well. Number 1 linebacker in the entire state of Florida, Troy Bowles. Of course, the son of Todd Bowles, head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Georgia leads for him. He makes a commitment, I think, on Saturday, on the 16th. And right now, I expect Georgia to land his commitment, and that would give them 2 of the 3 top inside linebackers in the state of Florida, both going north to play for the national champion Georgia Bulldogs. Glenn Schumann and Kirby Smart putting together an incredible linebacker haul, and they got 2 of the best. Well, I think once Troy Bowles commits to Georgia, like I think he will this weekend, they would have 2 of the best across the state of Florida on the commit list. Samuel Mpemba, big-time edge defender out of IMG Academy, was from Missouri, but now I guess he's a Florida guy now that he's playing down in Bradenton, Florida. Top 10 player in Florida for the 23 class. Long, athletic, was a wide receiver a little bit. Got a little too big to play wide receiver, but he's got the frame, the explosiveness off the snap. He's going to wreck quarterbacks at the next level, and I think this is going to come down to Georgia and Miami. Recently put out a top 7, but if he dropped a top 2, I think Georgia and Miami would be the 2 schools left for him. This one might come down to NIL. There's a lot of schools pitching NIL. Miami's one of them, and they're giving out lots of promises, lots of NIL deals to a lot of these kids come to play for them. And I think the best NIL deal will land Samuel Mpemba, whether it's Miami or Georgia or another school comes into play down the road. But I think he's going to take his official visits in the fall and then make a decision. But he's the number 2 edge defender in Florida, borderline 5-star guy. I think other outlets have him as a 5-star, and I think Georgia could realistically land him down the road. So he's definitely one to keep an eye on. Hakeem Williams, number 4 wide receiver in the state of Florida. I think this is a Georgia-Texas A&M battle. He's another guy who could pop maybe later this month. Definitely a guy to know. I just wrote a story about him on Dog Press not too long ago. 6'3", 200 pounds, and can fly. He is just bullying kids and opposing defenders and defensive backs in his region. Bounces off tackles, runs by guys. I mean, he can run through you. He can run by you. Has excellent hands, great feet. He can get open, and he knows how to run around. I mean, he's a guy who kind of checks all the boxes. And again, the state of Florida is always loaded with wide receivers, especially in this 23 class. Hakeem Williams, one of the best in the country. It looks like an SEC receiver already physically. He's put together well, and looks like he could play in the SEC this fall. He still has a year to go, but without a doubt, one of the best in the state of Florida, and a guy that I think all 3 of those in-state schools would love to have. Grew up a Florida State fan, but their program is in shambles right now. So he's not going to Florida State, in my opinion. I think it would take a lot for that to happen. I think it's down to Georgia, Texas A&M, and right now, if he had to make a decision today, I would pick Georgia to land him. Again, number 4 wide receiver. The number 8 wide receiver in Florida, Tyler Williams, a guy who's very high on Georgia's board, about 6'3", 180, 2-sport star, can dominate on the basketball court, loves to go up and snatch the football out of the air. He's deadly when he has the ball in his hands. After the catch, can elude defenders down the field, make them miss, but he has plenty of size. He can break tackles after the catch as well, turn that into a big gain. So Georgia's going down to Florida for wide receivers. Again, they already have one on board, the 5th best receiver in the state, Raymond Cottrell. I think they look great in position for the number 4 receiver in the state, Hakeem Williams, and then Tyler Williams, the number 8 wide receiver in Florida. I think that could also come down to Georgia and Texas A&M. He commits in late September, I believe September 26th, 27th, and I think Georgia sits in a really good spot to land him as well. So I don't want to say they're cleaning up in the state of Florida, but they're getting their guys, and I think they're going to have more commitments on the way. Jordan Hall is a defensive lineman who I think Georgia fans need to have a close eye on. 6'5", about 300 pounds, can move. He's very strong, powerful at the point of attack, can bully opposing offensive linemen, drive them backwards, makes a lot of plays, eats up a lot of running lanes. He's a guy who can really write a play on any particular play before the play starts going. I just said that word a lot there in that sentence, but Jordan Hall is one of the best. I believe he's plays in the Jacksonville area. One that Georgia fans need to keep an eye on. I think Florida State had the early lead, but if Georgia continues to push for him like I think they're going to, I can definitely see him ending up in Athens down the road. So again, every year you're going to see Georgia go down to Florida and pick up some of the best in the state. They did it last year. They're doing it again this year. Miami's resurgence, they're doing really well with in-state kids. So that might be a little bit of a thorn in Kirby's side as it relates to going down to Florida, especially in South Florida, and getting kids out of that area. But I still think it's going to take a while for Miami to be back and to be a dominant program. So Georgia's still going to do very well in the state of Florida for years to come, I think. I think the Gators, Billy Napier, they have to do a better job of getting the in-state kids from Florida to stay and play for the Gators. And of course, Florida State, they just have to get kids to buy in. And a lot of it has to do with, they're recruiting kids who, were really young when they won that national championship with Jameis Winston. But a lot of these prospects in Florida don't look at Florida State the same way a lot of people used to back in the day. They're not looked at as this giant, great program anymore. They were like 10 years ago, right? 8 years ago, whenever they had a few years there where they were really good, but they're a program in shambles right now. Like I said earlier, they don't know what they're doing, and they need to do a better job in state and getting guys to buy in, but it's still going to take some time. But the way Georgia's playing right now, they're winning championships. They're competing each and every year for championships. They're putting guys in the NFL, and they have some of the best recruiters in the country on the staff, and they have no problem going down to Florida and getting some of the best players in the Sunshine State to come up north and sign with the Georgia Bulldogs. So whether it's Glenn Schumann, Trey Scott, Todd Hartley, or Kirby Smart himself, Brian McClendon is doing an excellent job in Florida right now. No matter who it is, they're going to go down to Florida, and they're going to, get some of those kids and snatch them away from Miami, Florida State. And other programs that love to recruit Florida as well. Alabama goes down there to get kids. Texas, Ohio State loves to go down to Florida and get kids. The Buckeyes are doing an excellent job, but make no mistake, the Georgia Bulldogs are going down to Florida, and they're going to pile up and get as many kids as they can in this 2023 class. Guys, thanks for watching this video. As always, hope you learned something. Stay tuned to the next video coming up right now, and I'll see you over on Dog Post.